Hey guys, it's Kristen. Um, I know something doesn't want me to record this video because so many things have been happening every time I press record, and then I got a lump in my throat and now my throat feels dry. But I'm persevering, so if I sound raspy or anything like that, I don't know. But I really want to record this because I hope it inspires people. I feel inspired by my own life, by the things that have happened to me through God. I am inspired by myself with God, just because I didn't think that it could happen. And I just want to prove to people that hope and faith are worth it, and patience is worth it. Those are things that I've struggled with myself, and I hadn't seen a lot of videos when I was struggling or heard anybody going through this, and I feel like if I did, I'd kind of feel less alone. So I wanted to record this so people feel inspired, less alone, related to, and all that. So, like every video, I write down what I want to say because I get really nervous recording these, so I kind of just blank out. And I'll have something, I feel really inspired, and if I don't write it down, then it just goes away. Which we can get into what I think that is, but I think you already know that's for another story, for another day. There's always something that doesn't want, like, to be positive and kind and inspirational and be a light to the world. It requires a lot more effort than being negative. Being negative is very easy, so if being positive were the easy thing, everyone would do it. So there's that. I've had to let go, like, I'm just gonna get right into it. I've had to let go of a lot of things in my life, but there's been a lot recently. I'm 22 years old now, and my adult life I've had a rough childhood, but my adult life has had its own obstacles in itself. I kind of thought that, once my childhood's over, like, I would get a cookie or a reward or a trophy for enduring my childhood, and that my adult life would be easier. And I think that's just the human part of me that doesn't want to suffer and doesn't want to change, just wants to be rewarded. And that's something that I've struggled with, is when you go through a lot as a child, I feel like I thought that there was going to be some pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, that once I was an adult, I'm gonna make things good for myself, and I'm gonna do this, and it's gonna be a breeze because I survived the worst of my childhood. And I have awakened to the fact that life keeps going, struggles keep going on, and you either get stronger or the obstacles get stronger than you. And that my childhood wasn't some type of lesson that I learned and then it's the end. I've now awakened to the fact that my hard childhood was a pre-trial to the rest of my life. So before, that used to scare me, like, oh, there's more, I'm so tired, I'm so exhausted, I feel so abused. And I've realized that that is what has made me who I am. And getting through my childhood, the cookie, the trophy, was the person that I became. That was the reward. Sometimes in our humanness, we think that it's money, we think that it's a good relationship, we think it's something tangible, we think it's something materialistic. But God has blessed me with endurance and strength and wisdom, and that is something that I can take with me anywhere. It will never expire. It will never run out. So truly, these spiritual gifts are more valuable than any amount of money I could have thought I'd get, or any amount of presents I thought I could get, because those things will go away. I can spend the money and it's gone. I can use the gift and it's gone, or it gets old. But the wisdom, the strength, and the good mindset, the good attitude is something that I can take with me everywhere. So I think that that's what's valuable. In saying all this, a lot of things have been changing. I've had to let go of a lot of things. And just getting into what I've written down, I've realized through this, I don't even want to say loss, because I let go of it. And when you let go of something, instead of things being taken from you, it doesn't feel like a loss. At least with me. I feel like my love is a testimony, and I have many testimonies. And it took me a long time to discover this. When you have a light, sometimes your presence makes people fumble you because they've never had someone like you. And in that situation, the power of your absence will be heavier than the power of your presence. I always felt like the helper friend, the one that taught people cool things, the one that helped people get where they needed to be, and then I felt discarded at the end. I would meet people in bad situations that they were in. I met people where they were at, and I didn't judge them. I was giving them support, love, kindness, and friendship. I did not discriminate. I didn't judge. Because I so desperately wanted someone to be that for me, so badly. I wanted someone to not judge. I wanted someone to meet me where I was at. Even if I was in a bad situation, I wanted someone to meet me there and show me love. And there's nothing wrong with that. And once the person got to a certain position, higher than they were before meeting me, better mental clarity, more honest, better enthusiasm about life, into different activities that are less self-destructive and more positive, things that I've taught them. I was discarded after that. It was kind of like, you taught me all this stuff and you got me where I need to be. I've already used you for what I need you for, so I don't need you anymore. And that was kind of just the basis of that, and that's happened with so many people, so many relationships, so many friendships. I was just discarded, and there was no closure. Sometimes they would just, we get to a certain place, I think that, we're really good friends, or we're in a really good relationship, and I wanted to take people with me on this journey of growth and righteousness. And I thought that's what I was doing, I thought the person appreciated it, and I didn't even go into the friendships with oh, I'm gonna fix this person, oh, I'm gonna help this person, I'm gonna change this person. I didn't think I was in a position where I was better. I just see this love in people, I see this potential in people, because I wanted people to see that in me. And I thought if I gave that to other people, of course they'll give it back. Because I'm putting out, this is what I thought, because I'm putting out what I want, so it'll come back to me. And at the time, when I was discarded, people would just use me and then block me after, never talk to me again, or just slowly drift away. I would constantly blame myself. I constantly wonder what I did wrong. I think of all these problems that the person had and how I met them, and I think about where I was at before I met them, and how a sense of purpose I felt in helping them by listening to them and being there with them and meeting them where they're at, and knowing that most people would have discarded this person. Most people would have been like, you have too much baggage, you got too much, you can't do anything for me. I would meet people where they didn't benefit me, they didn't offer anything for me, and I still invested time and energy into them because that didn't matter to me. What I could get from them didn't matter to me. It was what I could do for them. Whatever they needed me for, I felt like I could be that for them. And most of the time, people would resent me for my help. I was discarded. I was talked badly about. Sometimes they would, if I moved on with other friends, they would tell them bad stuff about me. It just seemed like everything I did to love and help people backfired on me. And what I've realized through this, and this is years of this going on, and me getting older and the same issue just happening every year, all the time. And what I've realized is some people are only in your life for a season. Sometimes you have to let people go so God can bring something better back to you. The love, friendship, and closure I always wanted from those relationships with people was within myself. If I can be all those things for someone else, there is a great love and friendship I can have with myself. I know me best. I know what to say. I know what I need. I know how to be honest with myself. The strength to be there for myself when I wanted someone else to do it for me was gifted to me from God. I don't know how I persevere without God before. I didn't know how I persevered without God before. He gives me so much strength and enthusiasm within myself and for the world. Through all of this, my humanness wanted to get angry and be like, I'm done with people. Next time I'm gonna see what people can do for me. The next friendship I'm gonna see, I'm not gonna give anything to them and see what people can do for me, because I'm tired. That's the humanness of me. That's the human part of me. But I never did that. I never let those experiences alter my soul. There were times where I felt my feelings, because feelings demand to be felt, but just because you felt them doesn't mean it's true. I didn't let those experiences make me project onto new people. It's truly amazing how much you're set apart when you walk with Christ. And at the end of the day, I know those people regret the way they treated me, because they always come back. They're always watching on social media or asking about me to people that I know. And I know that they secretly respect and admire my resilience. They never thought that I would move on. They thought that I would just stay here no matter what they did to me. I'd never leave. And at the time, when all that was going on, when I had low self-worth and I was just trying to be a giver and just trying to put into people what I really needed from myself, I know that they never thought that I would give it to myself, because most people don't. I wanted to bring so many people with me on this path of growth and righteousness. I have mourned people that didn't know that they died for the world. I still mourn for people that don't even know that they died for the world. But my takeaway from this is people can only hate you as much as they love you. If they were only using you, their hatred towards you, after all, holds no weight. It holds no weight. Your love is a testimony. People experiencing you is a testimony. People feel changed after they meet you. And Sometimes that intimidates people, and I feel blessed to be used by those people. I feel blessed to now. I don't want it to happen again, and it won't, because I have discernment now. But I feel blessed to have had those experiences. I feel blessed to have those enemies. I don't really feel like I have enemies, but people hadn't really liked me. It showed me a lot of hatred, showed me a lot of judgment, showed me a lot of negativity. People wanted to drag me down to the low place that they were at. And my resilience towards things, I think, intimidates people, especially non-believers that don't believe in God. I'm pretty sure they question how I do it and how I'm still standing and how I can put up with so much. So much has happened to me, and I always bounce back. And when you're a believer, that's just the course of your life. Nothing can hurt you. You're protected. You are set apart. You stand out. When you're with God and when you're a chosen one, you are attractive to people. You attract good and bad. And the key is to stay present and to give yourself whatever you're pouring into other people. Make sure you give it to yourself first. Not out of pride, not out of arrogance, out of self-love and through Jesus Christ. Remain in truth. Be honest with yourself. It was really, really hard to look in the mirror going through all of that and say, I'm pouring into people that will never do it for me. They'll actually resent me for helping them in the end because they don't want to change. It was hard. At the time, I would think, like, we're friends, you know, like, they're in a rough spot, but they're going to get better and we're going to be friends forever, and putting a pressure on that person, expecting myself from other people. And I'm a person where I've never gotten the same level of love and acceptance that I've given to other people. I've never gotten that from people. I've had moments of it, and I'm really, really grateful for the friends that I have now. But when I was younger, I never, ever got that feeling. I never got that love and acceptance that I so desperately wanted, and I kept trying to give it to other people because my mentality was, if I put that in other people, I'll get that back. They'll see how much I care. They'll see how much I'm listening to their problems. I'm absorbing their problems. Like, I would listen to people, and whenever I'd go home after hanging out with them, I would have dreams about what they were telling me about. I would have dreams about their problems and how they must feel. I would absorb their feelings. I would absorb their problems, and I would be like, what would I do? How do I get out of this? And I would completely go into that person and give nothing to myself. And I have operated that way for a very long time. It has caused a lot of stress, so much stress. My walk with Jesus, like my true righteous walk with Jesus on this path, has been recent. And when you start walking with him, you kind of question why you didn't walk with him sooner. But it's all part of the testimony. It's all part of the story. God knew it all, and there's a reason for it. And I don't regret any of it. But when you're constantly being a giver and letting people use you and letting people take advantage of you and never giving anything to yourself, never showing yourself that love and kindness, it will eat up your mind, your soul, and your body. I'm living proof of when you give and give and give and you're pouring from an empty cup. People aren't going to give you a cookie for you're going through so many problems for yourself, and you have time to be there for me, and you give so much love. I was expecting someone to say that. I was expecting someone to be like, thank you for meeting me where I'm at. Thank you for not judging me. Like, I was expecting that because I wanted someone to do that for me. And you can kind of see my lymph node right here. I've had a lot of health problems. It will eat up your body if you don't protect yourself, if you don't love yourself, if you don't walk with God and be honest with yourself about what you're doing. It's okay to have wants and needs. We need love, we need honesty, we need acceptance. But you cannot expect you from other people. And there is one true God that will be there for you, that will give you that. Because everyone in this world will let you down. You know, you live with someone you love, but you live with them for so long, you know, and they start to, sometimes they annoy you, sometimes you're just not having a good day. God will never be like that. There is, not being negative, but there's no love in this world that is as stable as Jesus. There's no love in this world that is as stable as Jesus. There's no acceptance that is as stable as Jesus. You can come as you are in every phase, every era that you're in, how young you are. It doesn't matter. God will meet you there, and that's something that no person and no thing on this earth can do for you. It's all our first time living. We're all trying to figure it out. And don't rely on other people. We're all on our journey, and don't expect you from other people. There is one God that will be there for you, that won't let you down, that is full of love, that will help you, that is so powerful. God can enter your mind. God can move things for you. God created this world. No human, no thing can do that for you. Nothing has that power. And when you wake up to that, you're set apart. It's so crazy. It's so wild. You're set apart, and you'll have this fuel. And to non-believers and other people, they're like, I don't know where she gets that from. I don't know how she's so resilient. I don't know how you're happy. You know, everything you've been through. I don't know how you still are happy and positive. And it's God. Sometimes I wonder how I do it. Sometimes I wonder how I'm still here, and it's God. It's not me. Because there's been so many times I wanted to give up. There's been so many times where I'm like, I wish I was the person to get revenge, because, you know, people have done me really wrong, and I never got revenge. I never got back at people. And at the time, that felt like a curse. Like, I wish I wasn't such a good person. I wish I didn't believe in people. I wish that, not saying I'm a good person, I want to rephrase that, but I wish I was careless. I wish that I could do people wrong like they've done me, but I knew that I'd feel guilty. I knew that that wouldn't do anything, that wouldn't change what they did to me, that wouldn't change how I felt. That's just bringing people down to my low energy because I'm upset. And at the time, it felt like a weakness. Like, you know, I wish I could be as careless and as mean as everybody else. But as I've gotten older, I'm really, really grateful I never did. I'm really grateful that when people wanted to walk out of my life, when they didn't see the value of me, I held the door open for them. And that has served me well, and it will serve you well. Don't beg anyone to stay with you. If people want to leave, they don't see your value, hold the door open for them. Your absence will be heavier than your presence, because they've never had someone like you. They don't know how to accept that love and kindness from you. They've never had someone like you before. When you're chosen, you're set apart, you're different, and that person will fumble you. And it's part of the plan. It's part of their growth. It's part of my growth. It's part of your growth. Your absence will be heavy, and that's on them. Take the lessons you've learned from that and continue to love yourself. Everything that you want from another person, everything that you want, that you think someone else could give you, you can give to yourself through Jesus Christ. And it will be so much more stable, so much more honest, and it won't hurt, and it won't backfire on you. I hope that this resonated. I hope that this makes you feel inspired or related to or connected to. I hope you have a wonderful day. I truly hope that this reaches somebody that understands what I mean. And that's really all I have for today. I hope this made sense. And yeah, I love you. I hope you have an amazing day. God bless. And bye.